of Sage Markandeya. You must have heard about him, and now we are going to tell you his story, how it came about. So we will start. Whenever we think of him like Sage Markandeya, this is what the author is saying. Every time the sublime hymn Chandrasekhar Ashtakam is sung by the law of mental association, one can see Markandeya clinging to the symbol of Shiva in order to ward off Yama, the god of death, who approaches with his famous noose. Now it so happened, Sage Markandeya's father, that was Sage Mrikundu, and his wife were childless and used to pray to Shiva for a child. The Lord finally appeared and said, "You will have a child, but do you desire that he be intelligent and religious, but living only 16 years? Or do you desire a dull and evil son who will live long?" Mrikundu naturally chose the former. This extremely beautiful child was named Markandeya. He exhibited uncommon intelligence, love, and compassion. Just to see him was to be thoroughly impressed, and when he was sent to study with the Guru, his prodigious brain power astonished everyone. Little Markandeya already had the bearing of a sage. He soon became familiar with the Vedas and their esoteric meanings. His parents were the happiest in the world, but as the years passed, the thought of his brief lifespan cast a gloom upon them. So the parents became very unhappy. They tried to keep this secret from their son, but the intuitive adolescent demanded to know the cause of their sorrow. Stricken as they were with grief, they wept and revealed what the Lord had said about his early death. Mature beyond his years, Markandeya remained unperturbed. He became more intense in his religious studies, penance, and the worship of Shiva. He let his luxuriant hair grow long and wore clothes made from the bark of trees. See the amount of penance he is trying to do. Markandeya is such a great sage. When the day of death approached, Shiva rose from his image, blessed Markandeya, and then struck down Yama, the god of death. Later, the god sent a deputation to Shiva and begged him to revive Yama, as without his creation would not be thrown into chaos. So with Yama, if there is no Yama, the whole creation will be thrown into a chaos. In order that this world should have the constant blessing of a great soul, Shiva confirmed on Markandeya the boon of longevity and youthfulness. At one time, his penance and deep meditation had rattled Indra, the king of gods, who dispatched his armies of temptress and musicians to bring Markandeya's mind down to the gross level. This always happened. Indra would send all his apsaras. They tried, but failed and returned. The supreme deity Narayan then appeared and blessed Markandeya. The latter asked for nothing but pure love and also to see for himself Maya, God's great power. Narayan smiled and said, "So be it." Now Markandeya is going to see what Maya really is. A few days later, when Markandeya was sitting on the banks of a river, he saw a mighty storm suddenly rise out of the clear sky, quickly blotting out everything and increasing in fury with every passing moment. Streaks of lightning revealed the deluging waters roaring everywhere, coupled with frightening thunder. All living beings were drowned and swept away to oblivion. Markandeya was the only living being left, and he tried to keep afloat. He then saw a banyan tree upon the surging waters, and on its topmost branch an effulgent child lying on its back while holding its feet and sucking its toe. So he sees a child on a leaf, still on the waters. Markandeya swam towards the child In an instant, he was sucked in by the child's breath and fell into its stomach inside. Inside, he had the vision of the entire gross, subtle, and casual universe. So he's seeing the gross, subtle, and the causal universe and saw its long process of evolution and involution. Suddenly, the child exhaled and he was thrown out. Markandeya then knew that in just a few seconds he had seen the nature of Maya and its ruler, the Lord himself. In all probability, Markandeya is the author of ancient Markandeya Puran, which contains about 9,000 verses. So, how did you enjoy this story? Did you like it? Or if you didn't like it, please comment and do let us know. And do keep visiting our channel, subscribe to it, and share and always like our videos. It's so nice that you have come and joined us all. Thank you so much for being with us. Namaskar.